What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, former four-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer SAUL Canelo Alvarez, and the WBC president, Mauricio Suleiman, has decided to order SAUL Canelo Alvarez versus Avni Yildirim for the vacant WBC title that former undefeated two-time super middleweight world champion David Benavidez lost on the scales, right? So instead of sanctioning Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez for the 168-pound WBC title, that Canelo Alvarez was never eager to face David Benavidez for the WBC title, right? They are going to allow Canelo Alvarez to face Avni Yildirim for the vacant WBC title. If this is not an indicator that Canelo Alvarez is taking the easiest route possible to capture these world titles and bolster his legacy, I don't know what tells you. I don't know what you need to know, right? Canelo Alvarez, when David Benavidez was the champion, there was no talk of Canelo Alvarez facing him. Actually, David Benavidez called Canelo Alvarez out numerous of times, and Canelo Alvarez did not respond. It fell on deaf ears. Now he's going to face Avni Yildirim, 21-2, 12 by way of knockout, coming off of a loss to Anthony Dirrell in his last fight back in February of 2019, in which Anthony Dirrell went on to face David Benavidez because Anthony Dirrell beat Yildirim for the vacant WBC title that David Benavidez lost at that time outside of the ring issues. Anthony Dirrell beat him, and then Anthony Dirrell went on to lose to David Benavidez in his last fight, right? So he defended against David Benavidez. David Benavidez regained his title. Now David Benavidez has lost the title on the scale in his last fight this past Saturday, right? David Benavidez 23-0, 20 by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 6'1", 6'2", 168-pound middleweight, super middleweight. But Canelo Alvarez is not interested in fighting him. He wants to fight, and the WBC wants to allow him to fight Avni Yildirim, right? Just like he fought Rocky Fielding. So they're going to allow him to go ahead and bolster his legacy, because when people look back in the future at Canelo Alvarez's resume, they're going to say, well, look how many times he was a world champion. Look at the accomplishments he accomplished. But they don't understand the magnitude of the fighters he fought in 20 years, right? This is all what's wrong with the sport of boxing. There's nothing cool about this, right? Like I said, Yildirim has 2 losses. The last time he fought, he lost to Anthony Dirrell. And he's going to get another opportunity to fight for the WBC vacant title, as he did against Anthony Dirrell and came up short. And now he'll do so against Canelo Alvarez. But I'm curious as to why the WBC doesn't sanction or didn't sanction a bout between Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez, seeing as though David Benavidez lost it on the scale. He is undefeated. He didn't lose it in the ring. So how come they just don't sanction Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez for the vacant WBC title? Or how about sanctioning Caleb Plant versus Canelo Alvarez for the vacant WBC title? Because they were setting up a bout between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. So why is that not the next fight to come to fruition? Why is Avni Yildirim even in the discussion when it comes to Canelo Alvarez? This is all what's wrong with the sport of boxing, but the fan base of Canelo Alvarez is going to defend this fight, right? Canelo Alvarez wasn't willing to fight Jamal Charlo when he was his mandatory for the WBC, so the WBC, now Mauricio Suleiman is claiming that Canelo Alvarez and his team approached him about being franchised, so he didn't have to honor the WBC mandatory and face Jamal Charlo, who he was avoiding since Jamal Charlo was at the junior middleweight division at 154, right? He never fought the likes of Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. So it's abundantly clear what Canelo Alvarez's plan is. He won against a Sergey Kovalev who was old and past it and didn't put up much of a fight and was still winning the fight with just a jab, a light jab. But what they claimed that they were willing to fight Artur Beterbiev or Dmitry Bivol after that, and that went by the wayside. At 168, you got Caleb Plant, you got Caleb Smith, you have David Benavidez, but those fights all go by the wayside. But he's willing and eager to fight Yildirim for the vacant WBC title. So the WBC is helping him along with this journey. So this is all what's wrong with the sport of boxing. So let's see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. So, another thing is, should he beat Yildirim? The WBC has placed David Benavidez at #1 in the WBC ranking. So should Canelo Alvarez beat Yildirim, Avni Yildirim, is he then going to face David Benavidez, or is he going to be allowed to vacate the belt? Then David Benavidez will fight for the vacant WBC belt, and Canelo Alvarez will mosey along down the road and fight somebody else that they just find in a haystack. Or is he going to honor it as the WBC champion and then go into a unification bout against Caleb Plant? Or would he defend it against David Benavidez and give him an opportunity to regain his title? No, more than likely, then he'll go the route of Caleb Smith. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.